Eva Trades.
Watch out. Watch out. There's a guy behind a tree. He's going to jump out. Oh, there he goes. Oh, got to be careful, those guys behind trees. Welcome to Eva Trades, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday, August the 23rd, and we're here to talk stocks and trading, and we're going to do some trading. You can watch as I trade live. Let's go break down my watch list this morning. Here we go. And here's a little something I haven't gone over really since I've come back. I did my spreadsheet here. You can see this on the website. And this is my progress over this year, or for this year, since the start of this $1 million challenge. That's right. I'm on a road to $1 million. Starting with really small share size. I have it broken up into phases. And with each phase, I double my profits per day. And so you can see phase 1, phase 2 I completed. And right now I'm on phase 3 and I'm getting really close to finishing. I need to get to $4,000 to finish phase 3. Yesterday's big win of $300 put me up at $3,716. Now, if I have a $300 win today, I'll move on to phase 4. And profits will double again and we'll be looking good. So fingers crossed, but we'll take it one trade at a time. So let's go take a look now at the broader market. SPY is what I usually like to look at. And I was talking yesterday about we had an hourly uptrend, we have a bounce on the daily, and we were looking at forming a lower high somewhere below this last lower high. Because we had pulled back so much, we are in a daily downtrend. So a lower high is the most anticipated scenario. And by that, I mean a move up and then a pullback, thereby giving us a lower high. And we had talked about how we had an hourly uptrend. So we go to the hourly and we had this hourly uptrend. It's a little choppy, using the EMAs on the way up as our guide. And if we lose the hourly uptrend and we start to fall below the EMAs, that is a good sign that our daily lower high has been set. Now, the bulls didn't give us a whole lot of room to work with here. So if we do pull back further today, we're looking to hold this support level down here at 433.01. Bulls would like to see that support hold, turn around and go for a higher high, hopefully sometime this week. It's a little clearer on the 4-hour time frame. You can see here we have the bulls made an attempt at a higher low and higher high, could not get it, and this is now a lower high as we're coming back down to this support. So just something to take note of. We'll see what the bulls do here first thing out the gate. Can they hold this level? Can we see a move back up? Can we see continuation on the daily? Is this the amount of pullback that we're going to see before continuation higher? Time will tell. So on to the scanners. These are the scans that I use to look for stocks every morning that are gapping up each morning. This is the gap scanner, and today our leading gapper is up 46.6%. It's GRI, gapping up on news, and it has a low float. A low float is a good sign of a high moving stock, but you're going to need some volume. You're going to need some kind of catalyst, so like news, and it does have that. It's fairly new on its move here, so there's not a lot to break down on this 5-minute chart. And we're trading below the volume weighted average price, which is the dotted line. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. It's not my favorite pick, but I am going to put it over on my main screen, and we'll break that down in a bit. The second leading gapper, ITOS, now that's the one I probably like the most, maybe. I don't know, it's starting to change a little bit, but let's look at that, ITOS. It is a 1-minute downtrend, 5-minute pullback. Hourly's looking okay. We're on an uptrend there. So we'll watch that one. A lot of volume, lower float. The price is okay. It's a little higher, but that's fine. $16 is fine. VCIG is the next one down on our scan. I haven't looked at this one. And what do we have? It's got some news. Let's see. I like the price, that $5 price range. That's right in my zone where I like to trade. I don't like how far below the volume weighted average price we are. I'm going to look at the larger time frame. Hourly, inside bar, pulling back. I don't know. We're kind of like mid-range on this candle. So I'm just not sure. Let's come back to that. Let's see if there's anything else that we can trade further down. I'm going to actually freeze this so we don't lose track. RCUS, $25 stock. It's holding up above the volume weighted average price, pulling back a little bit. Hourly needs to consolidate. Let me see. Light on volume. Let's look elsewhere. Let's just see. This one's even more money. $39.50. I do kind of like APLS. It does have news. I don't know, maybe. See, ITO over here, we had MY. Let's look at MYSZ real quick. No, I don't like that one. So that one made a move here early on, but it gave it all up. So not looking too strong there. So I'm going to skip that. Further down, BGLC. I mean, that, you know, what I'm looking at is the hourly time frame up here. You see how we have a nice clean hourly move, looking for maybe a bounce off of this area. The only problem with BGLC is we have 9 minutes to go until the market opens. The only problem with it is it's so cheap. It's $1.71. I don't usually trade those well, but if we could get over $2, maybe. Okay, I might watch that one. We'll see. Next one down is ANF. No, light on volume. CTNT, good float. Giving back most of its move. We already looked at MYSZ. IMMX, nah. Manu, no. Okay, so we'll go back to BGLC. That was one that I was thinking. So I'll put that over on my main screen. And we'll break these stocks down in a second. Let me see if I thought there was one other one that I was kind of interested in. Yeah, it was this one that I was like, well, I don't know. I'll put it on my second screen, VCIG. And then that's it. So that's it for our morning gappers. So let's go break down the stocks and get ready to trade. Over here I have, I'm going to pull this up. We have the hourly time frames across the top, and we have the 15-minute time frames across the bottom. And I like to look at the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15-minute, and the hourly. And occasionally I'll pull up a daily chart. It just depends. So on the hourly time frame, we did have a little higher low here. You can call that a higher low. So that's our support. So if we pull back on the hourly, anything above that is a higher low, and we need a higher low and a higher, to keep the uptrend intact. But that's the overall. So 15-minute uptrend, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. You see how the market just kind of like, it moves in waves, and you can anticipate where you would like to get into your trades based on how the market moves. One second here. Make sure I'm not. There we go. Okay, so we have about 7 minutes to go until the market opens, so we'll get moving here. So we're still looking at the hourly and the 15-minute time frames. We have a 15-minute inside bar. And what I mean by an inside bar is this red bar fits inside of this last candle. So it's pretty likely that we probably have an equilibrium on a lower time frame. We'll look at that in a second. The thing I liked about BGLC is this pullback right here. It looks like we've pulled back to a support zone. We will see it is a cheaper stock. Like I said, we have a 15-minute downtrend, so we need to reverse that trend, and we'll look for clues of a reversal on the 1 and 5 minute time frames. Right now we have a support down here. It's a double bottom, resistance, resistance, and resistance. All right, so that's that. I'm going to mark out a resistance up here. We have a support down here. These are major supports for us on these larger time frames. And now let's go take a look at the inside bar on the smaller time frame here on GRI, and we'll see if it's an equilibrium. And it is not really. It's more of a falling wedge than it is an equilibrium. We have extended red bars coming down, lots of red volume. And I don't like that we're trading mid-range on this one because it's kind of 50-50 which way it's going to go. You know, right now with all this red volume, trading below the volume weighted average price. So where would we get into a trade on this one? Let's think about that. If this one were to drop down, we have a support down here. That's an area where you could jump in. It's a psychological level of $3. So you have two things going for you there. If we break out over the volume weighted average price, there is a possible trade there as well. We have a resistance up here. That would be a target point, 550, another psychological level. So those are my levels there. Over here on ITOS, we have a support down here, but we already broke through. Now the bulls bought the dip there, but if we come back down to test, it's likely we might fail. Actually, that line isn't quite right. Let me redo that. Okay, so we have a resistance overhead up here, and I'd rather look at the 5-minute time frame. Let me see. Yeah, so trading mid-range on that 5-minute candle. Boy, I just don't know on that one. We're looking for a higher low. It is basically a double bottom. I'm just not sure on that one right now. Where I would want to get in. Could take a chance at 632 if it pulls back to there. Keep an eye on it. Okay, so over here, BGLC, I already have some lines marked out. 5-minute. We're looking for that 5-minute trend change. And first things first is a 1-minute trend change. It's a double bottom down at 170. Cheaper stock. If we drop below that, we have a support down here at $1.60. Okay, any further than that, I probably wouldn't even want to trade it. So there's that. If we break out over $1.83, I might take a trade on it. And then one more stock to look at. Got to hurry along here. We have just over 3 minutes to go till the bell rings. This one, yeah, it's a flag pattern, extended flag pattern. We've been consolidating for a while. Bulls trying to make a move right here. Looking for a higher high, getting it, but no follow through just yet. Where would we take a trade? Well, let's see. We have a support down. Oh my, there's some lag on my computer here. So another scenario where we broke the support, bulls bought the dip. Yeah, I don't know on this one either. I'm going to put a line here that we broke through. There's a resistance up here. Volume weighted average price is overhead. Trying to get a feel for the market. I just wonder if it's one of those wait and see kind of days. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to look at my candle ranges on the 5-minute time frame. I have those marked out up here. I'll pick the highest range, which is 72 cents, and I'll go down here and I'm going to click on, I'll just click 70 cents. And that's going to set my stop loss. So I'll click on go. My hands are off the mouse. It's just going to do its thing so that when I press the buy button, it automatically puts in a stop loss for me and honors my risk. So I'm risking $50 per trade. My daily goal is to make $100. And in the back of my mind, I have a daily goal of 300 if the market looks good. So on this next one, let's go with 40 cents on that one. And I'm looking at, boy, a small range here on BGLC. Not surprising. It's a cheaper stock. And then I'm going to go over here to this other screen. I'm trying not to stutter. And we're looking at 18 cents on that one. And there we go. So we'll go back up to the charts. We'll get ready. One more look at the scanners. I don't see anything new. Okay, we have a half a minute to go till the market opens. So remember, trading is risky. Use your stop losses. Practice in a simulator before you put your hard-earned money on the line. It's the best strategy to practice first. Get a strategy that works for you, and then set some rules for yourself and follow those rules. Here we go. The market is open. So already coming down to that support down there. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at ITOS here. It's a little early to get in it. See my stop loss down here, so it's quite a ways away. I'm looking for that double bottom to hold up and a move up on ITOS. Yeah, the platform is definitely a little laggy this morning. We have a halt on VCIG. Oh, I see. So VCIG, I tried to get in a trade on it over here. My order wasn't filling, but it's because we got halted. That is why. So it's a circuit, whoops, it's a circuit breaker halt. It means the price moved too fast, too soon. And so the market gets, that stock gets halted while they figure out what just happened. And usually those halts will last about 5 minutes. So I'm not going to make a lot on this one. I'm going to actually move my stop loss up now to the low of day, and we'll just see what we get here. You can see down here on the price ladder, my profit, as this price moves up and down. Right now, its profit is $23, $19. And if it comes down into here, then I'll be losing money. That's nice over there on BGLC, coming up to the volume weighted average price. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at that one. I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame on that one. So we have a new 1-minute candle. I don't like this one. I'm going to go ahead and get out. Took $1.33 loss. No big deal. I don't like that upper wick, so that's why I got out of that. And I'm in a second time on BGLC now. And if this wants to go, which it looks like it might, candle range is 35 cents on that. I'm back in ITOS. I'm going to add to it there. That was a nice move. Let's see if we can get continuation on that. Sold half over there on BGLC. That was a pretty good pop, but I wasn't fast enough to sell it. So hopefully it'll go back up. So watching this 5-minute here on ITOS. That 1-minute candle is going to close in 15 seconds. This is the 1-minute candle. There goes BGLC. I still have one position on BGLC, looking for a target of $1.89. This one doesn't want to do it again. I don't know. ITOS. It's tricky, really whipping around there. I'm going to hold it. There we go. I'm going to flatten out of BGLC, so I hit my target over there. I'm going to sell half of this. And let's just flatten that out. That was a nice move. So right now I'm at my daily goal of $110. And if I have any fans here today from the Philippines, that is 6,160 pesos. So that is my daily goal. And so now if I want, I can choose to stop. I don't have to keep trading. There's a chance that I could keep trading if I see something I like. That's always the question. Do I stop now? Yesterday, I actually hit my daily goal of 100, of 6,000 pesos, and I stopped. And then I quit the live stream, and then I was getting ready to shut all my computers down, and I look up, and I'm like, oh, there are these two stocks that are setting up perfectly on the 5-minute time frame. And I was like, man, I can't walk away from that. And so I ended up trading them, and I made 3 times my daily goal, which was pretty fantastic. All right, I'm going to change some of my lines here now. I'm not in a hurry to trade again. So what do we have? Overall time frames. GRI doesn't look too good. Mic test, mic test. Am I back? Hey, I'm back. I don't know. I bumped my microphone and it just went away. Okay, so back to what we were doing here. ITOS, nice break. Coming up to that resistance now in the 5-minute. So the question here is, do the bulls push straight through 1778, or do we pull back and get a higher low? And look at BGLC. I'm going to buy that on BGLC. I don't know. We're coming down too low now. I don't like that. I'm going to get back out. Take a loss on that. So I just jumped into VCIG over here after that halt resumption. Sell half of it there. There we go. Nice move. I'll sell the rest right there. So that puts me up $130 after taking that loss on BGLC. I made it back on VCIG. And now we're getting that pullback over here on ITOS. So where would we pull back to? Let's look at that. There's a resistance at 1689. We're looking for a higher low on the 1 minute. We have the EMAs, the volume weighted average price. Okay, VCIG halted again. And I had forgotten that it got halted in the first place over here. I really should have been watching it. That's okay. I'm not complaining. I made money on it, so yay. Yay for money. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. And I see somebody special in the room today. I see Jimich. How you doing? Look at all the hearts. And Andrew Wilson. Hi, Josh. Love this road to $1 million idea, building it slowly with a solid strategy. It's interesting to follow your progress. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Watch ITOS here. I'm jumping in it for a breakthrough and up to 1778. And if I take a loss here, I will have to be done for the day because that means I will give back half of my profit. This is where things can kind of get a little tense. Sometimes I'm going to get out. Took a small loss. I'm still up 106, so that doesn't mean I have to stop. If I had gotten stopped out, then that would have put me down to only up 50. Done having dinner. Yay. I want some dinner. I like dinner. I think everybody likes dinner. Yeah, I'm not really interested in GRI. Here's why. Look at this hourly time frame. Look at that ugly upper wick. So if there's something else I can put there. Yeah, there actually is. Over here on the scanner, we have FULC. That one I already looked at. There's grab. But I really want to keep an eye on ITOS. The high, low, lower high. I'm jumping back in it here because this is kind of an equilibrium setup. And I might add to it for the breakthrough 1768 and up to 1778. And if it pulls back, I might add there instead. That's a pretty good pullback. Let's see what. Oh no! Oh no! And see, that's where I have to stop. So, giving back a little more than half of my profit, and I've learned from past experience that if I don't stop, I could go into the red. And $24 is not a lot of money, but that's more than I had yesterday. That's more than I had before I started. I mean, that's over 1,000 pesos on the day. So, I'm not going to complain. It's too bad this didn't work out the way I wanted. What I was looking for here, I thought was a pretty good setup. Let me just see. We had a stock that's moving up. It had some momentum, but the bulls just couldn't hold up. So anytime you have a move up like this, there's always going to be, after the move up, there's always going to be a period of consolidation, and you'll get certain patterns. And this one in particular that I was looking for was a bull pennant, which is also an equilibrium. So you had your high of the move, low of the pullback, a little lower high, and I was looking for a higher low somewhere down here, and then the move back up. And if I had my pen tool, I could actually draw that out for you. But typically they draw lines. Let me see here. And I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. But I'll just show you real quick. See if I can find one here. So this is like where's a bull? Not flag. What I was looking for was a bull pennant. And it's kind of like this. Let me see. Here's what I was talking about. See, you got the move up. You got this little pull. And this one's a little extended. Usually what I look for, it's called an ABCD pattern. And if I Google that, actually, ABCD, we're going to get some kids stuff here. ABCD pattern. Okay. Let's see if we see something. Yeah, I'm not really seeing what I'm looking for. Well, anyways, but you saw that on... and I want to get some of this information put together to actually show you all a bull pennant. But it's kind of like that. Maybe this one's it here. Yeah, you can kind of see it here. You got the high, low, lower high. It's still kind of extended, a little higher low, and then the breakout. And they usually draw lines up and down here, little squiggly lines. So that's a pattern, and that's the kind of things I trade are patterns. And you can have a winning strategy with these patterns if you can back test these patterns and figure out how many times do they fail, how many times do they win, and then you can base this whole strategy around that, if that makes any sense. That's just kind of what I do, and I have a lot of patterns that I've memorized over the years in my head that I see them and I play them, and it puts the odds in my favor if I play those patterns the same way every time. And this one here, in this particular case, and this happens, it just didn't work out because they don't always work out. It dropped down, it came down to here at some point. There was too much selling pressure, and everybody that was in that trade, bailed, and that caused the stock to drop. And we bounced nicely off of the volume weighted average price. So there were people probably waiting down here to buy, and so now here we go, moving up. But anyways, that was a rather long-winded discussion. But anyways, so I'm going to finish my day up 24.93. I'll go up here, and I'll scroll down here. This is August 23rd, and I'm going to put 24.93. My high of day, I was up at 130, 133 at one point, and my low of day, I think I was red to start. I think I was down like -10. And so then I go up here and we'll look and see what that looks like. That's not right. Okay, I got to fix something on this. Anyways, it's supposed to show up here as a nice candle. Something's weird there. So right now I'm sitting up in the account $3,741. So that means I'm $250 away from reaching the end of phase 3, and then I get to move on to phase 4. That'll be exciting. I can't wait, because then my profits, my daily goal, will become $200 a day. Let's take a look at the charts one more time. See if we see anything interesting. Yeah, we're just kind of looking at 5-minute consolidation here. Where are we going to bounce from? What we need is a 5-minute trend change. And I want to point out this pattern now. This looks pretty good on this pattern for a breakout over 1744. If you're in it down here anywhere, I would say keep your stop loss down here somewhere, and let's see if this thing breaks out over 1744 and we get a move up through the high. This one, we gave it up. Doesn't look good. Over here, this one looks pretty good. Just an under consolidation. Coming down to the volume weighted average price, psychological $6. So this might be a good area to jump in it and see if we make a move back up. Overall market, SPY, inside bar on that daily. We are kind of holding support. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. So it's just an equilibrium right now. It's tightening up. See that? It's kind of a triangle pattern. Go to the lower time frame. Yeah. That's what we got. At some point, this is going to get tighter and tighter and tighter, and then it's just going to break out either up or down. All right. Do you risk $50 each time you enter? Yeah, I do actually. And the way I do that, Andrew, is I've written my own software down here, and see this number 50 down here. So I've put that in, and then I can click on whatever candle range I want, however far I want my stop loss to be. And then when I click on go, it enters the information into the Thinkorswim's, price ladder. So that way, when I hit the buy button, it automatically places my stop loss at $50 below my entry. So if I get stopped out, I'll lose 50. I typically will exit the trade before it hits that $50 mark. It's just more of a safety net. If it looks like a trade's not working, I'll get out early and just take a smaller loss. But yeah, so if I buy twice, then I'm risking $100, and I'm not allowed to buy more than 4 times at once because my max loss on the day is $200, and so I don't want to buy more than 4. Because if I hit $200, that's when I have to stop. That's what my rule says. I stop and just cut the loss, and then I walk away, come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. If it's, because some days if it's not working, it's not working. You just have to walk away. And then whenever I get to up here, whenever I get to phase 4, actually, I'll show you the trades here. So right now I'm on phase 3. My risk per trade is $50. My daily goal is $100. Once I get to that $4,000 finish line, this is going to move to phase 4, where my risk will then become $100 and my daily goal becomes 200. So at that point, I'll be risking $100 per trade, and my max loss will be 400 on a day. But yeah, that's just kind of how it's just the plan that I made. You know, everybody's different, you know, but it kind of works for me. So, and you know, sometimes I'll make a few changes here or there. But yeah, it's all about just taking small steps. We're not gonna win it all in one day. Look at VCIG over here now. This is a place where I might start to get into it. Volume is starting to come in. I want to watch this for a second. I'm getting ready to get out of here, but I want to watch and just kind of see what happens. And it looks like ITOS pulling back further on that 5-minute. So here we go on VCIG, starting to move up. So we had that high of the move, low of the pullback, almost a lower high, more like inside bars, but we had a double bottom down. Oops. Have a double bottom right here. See that? So we came back tested right at that EMA too. So there were enough bulls buying there that we bounced right off of that. And now here we go, looking for the breakthrough 661. And if you were in it down here, you'd be looking really good right now. You could have sold, you know, if I get in it twice down here, I would sell half of it up here and hold the rest with my stop loss down here at the low. And then as soon as we get the break over, I would sell the rest. Or if we pull back a little bit, I might add back after selling that first little bit. Volume's looking good. We'll see, you know, if you get a rejection off of here, then we'd look to pull back a little bit. There we go. So the nice break. Target up there is 691. That's that hourly candle up here. So that's where some people will be taking their profit. And I'm really bummed that I couldn't get into this trade. This is one of those that could have really made my day. But I made rules for a reason. I have to honor them. Hey, you're welcome, Andrew. And thank you, Jim H, for joining me too. Always appreciated. So that's it for me. I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you make some money today. And we'll see you back here first thing tomorrow morning. Bye.